My perspective, the tempo of the game is all on Malaysia and CSW. They're gonna just barely hold the line.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a struggle. We'll see what they can do, though, with Empower, with Medusa, because when you get level 6, I mean, if they're not that behind when it comes to the level 6 gaming, it won't be maybe that hard for Cant Whips. They'll have RP available. We're still in beta, guys. We're working on getting out, but it's going to take a while. As we will be on pause here.
So, yeah, it's not a support Invoker, it is a support Omni. So, Wisp and Omni Knight, really good at keeping people alive. You get the Wisp flow, and then you heal the Wisp. I mean, it's very simple to say, but honestly, this powerhouse of combo, like, healing can keep anybody alive through really difficult situations. The problem is, Wisp doesn't always want to be in such a position where he's taking 3/4 of his HP in damage. So you have to be very careful. You toe that line very carefully, and you try to make the best of it. We see some trees being broken down here, for better or for worse. Godot and Musica are making their way to the top lane. Is this an Omni Wisp Medusa aggro try? Like, is that what we've come to at this point? It just feels like it's a house of cards right here, this tri lane, and if you don't have your abilities used perfectly, like if you use it perfectly, this can dominate anything. I don't think there's a single tri lane that can guaranteed win out against these three because of the survivability mechanics. But if they just mess it up, if they under-execute just a tiny bit, they're going to be in for a very difficult laning phase.
It's like a timid, aggressive tri-lane. It's there. You can't really kill it, but is it really killing you?
Yeah. Check out the Roche Pit, too. They're just like...
Yeah, it's really smart. I like that, because obviously there's vision blockers here, so they just drop this ward, and they're waiting to spawn out the rune, and as soon as someone goes for it, which no one is, I think it would be Malaysia out to an early kill for an early first blood, but it'll just be the bounty to Ohio. He's the core role here. He'll go into the offlane, starting with a little bit of experience and gold. Meanwhile, Extinct and Net hanging around middle, expecting... Well, they don't actually know what the top rune was. It was invisibility to the Wisp, which you cannot tell is invisible unless you look at its buffs.
Well, they have a ward there, so they know.
Oh yeah, that was there the whole time? Or
yeah,
they just put
the
that
Timber
up?
Saw put that up like a while ago.
Okay, it's been a long day.
Sure enough, sure enough. So, a quick just introduction to these two teams in particular. CSW is 4-0 in the Summit 2 right now, and Malaysia, with their last win, is now 5-0. So both of them at the top of these group stages so far, and this will pretty much decide who is first place, at least for now. They obviously can change throughout the rest of the group stage, but for now, this is the first place decider for this current standing. So we see right now it's kind of awkward. KOXY on the Timbersaw, supported by Extinct's Disruptor. Not the dual lane that you usually expect, but certainly one that can manage in this situation. Whether or not they'll shut down the Medusa CS, though, is a completely different story, and we'll have to see. With this nice little Radiant neutral pull, going to be not really as effective as they want it to be. We do see some nice CS coming out from Team Malaysia.
Yeah, I don't think they'll really disrupt Medusa's farming too much, but maybe a good rune spawns top and you'll make that rotation over on OD and maybe you'll get something done. Or vice versa, I guess. Maybe 2D even gets off of his lane and goes top to support or to push the tower, give some empowers. But yeah, it's 2D in the mid lane. We'll see. He's got some astral stacks on him. It's going to get hard. Magnus, I think when it comes to the melee versus ranged matchup, really relies on using that shockwave to get the last hits or to push the creep wave and then control the runes. But against OD, it's a little more difficult just because you're going to have like 13 mana. So we'll see how Mushi can keep up those stacks. Also, what skill build Mushi will go, because obviously OD saw some big changes with the Essence Aura, so yeah. I'm curious. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I like the 1-4-2 build right now, but it really just depends on...
I think I agree.
Your setting there. It looks like Chains is probably going to go for a Wex build up too. 2 points in quads, you would not do that if you're going to Exhort. So he's able to sustain really nicely in this situation. Just a lot of passive HP regen going his way, and it will mean that his cooldown actually does damage. Before it was just like a nitpick disable, and it was the damage that you follow that up with that's important, but as you rank up the quads, it actually scales even better than it used to, so potentially a very powerful spell, but definitely want to look at the Wex as the next thing, see what you can do with EMP, and definitely Blast to halt the push. As far as early CS, we're going to see 10 for Dusa, so not too shabby here. Bassi Ring already up and active, but one thing to keep in mind is that in a trial lane scenario, Omniknight's getting nothing for experience, the same as the Wisp. So they rotate Godot bottom, they say, okay, Wisp, you get your relocate levels down here, helping out the Invoker, and then of course they'll have the dual lane up top with the Omni, and that'll make it so that they're not completely deprived of experience on those heroes that are so hungry for it.
Yeah, I feel like Omni Knight to be effective really needs level 4 at a decent time before he can do anything. Like rank 1 of purification is just like whatever. It's still pure damage, but 90 damage is not a lot for 120 mana. It does get a lot better at level 3, and then you can have more points in your Degen aura or Degen aura, however people want to pronounce it. I should probably figure out the correct way. Maybe a value in Repel if they want it, which could be good actually against the Disruptor here, just to stop people from getting pulled back.
Yeah, we're seeing for right now, he's actually holding a skill point, deciding if he wants to Repel or the Aura. I think the Aura is really good, but obviously there's things like Glimpse that you have to keep in mind and have to really just be able to maintain your position.
Though.
Yeah, just don't be near creeps. You're not the core hero, so. Yeah. Heal Bomb also pushes the way, but I don't think you take that into consideration.
It does. Yes.
Oh, Haste Rune on Mushi, this is huge.
Oh,
2D, he only has 39 mana. He's going down. Omni's going to go for the heal. It will help, but it's still a Haste Rune. Like, without a TP, there's no way, and he doesn't even have the maximum mana required to use a TP. Even the Courier. No, Corey, please.
Courier's like, I want to get involved. Come on. This guy's only got a Haste Rune. I'm faster than that these days. But yeah, Mushi with a nice kill. Early first blood here on a hero that's going to have to do a lot. But they're chasing up top. They're looking for Extinct. If they can get him, running him down. No Degen Aura yet, but he's still quite slow. The Mystic Snake will go out. And it will get the kill. So Musica going to get involved there. Still trying to chase KYXY. He'll bring down the tree and the Omni Knight with that Whirling Death. Spreading death everywhere. Now he's going to chase down Musica, back to the lane, maybe try to get one more Whirling Death in, or just go back to farming. He can buy up his mana boots now for KYXY, so he's coming along really nicely. Mana boots at 4 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah. Now, down bottom, the Nagasarn hasn't been able to accomplish too much here. Ned's just kind of staying off the lane and hanging out. But the important thing is that he's blocked off the pull. It's not like by preventing the spawn, but anytime that Godot tries to make the connection between his creep wave and the neutral camp, Ned's always there to block it off and to pull the neutrals a different direction. So what this means is without Wisp pulling...
is in trouble.
Yes, he
is.
is.
Maybe not. Omni Knight shows up, but they have glimpsed him back very far. Thunderstrike going to be running out. It will. Well, actually, they'll just repel it off, and now they look to turn, and KYXY just gets forced back. 2 in Whirling Death, 2 in Reactive Armor, so the Timbersaw not so mobile himself right now.
Yeah. But what the aforementioned point does prevail to is that Chains and Godot are splitting experience constantly. The Invoker wants experience, the IO wants experience, neither one getting independent. I think actually this means that Wisp gets generally more than he used to. Actually, Tornado and Cold Snap and EMP coming out. Didn't really seem to do much to Ohio there. And he's just going to burn him down. The Macro Fire comes out, and Chains is in a really bad spot. Ohio's low too, but Chains doesn't have much right-click damage. And he's actually walking back through the fire and the flames, barely surviving with the Quas regen.
Cue up the Dragon Force as Godot and Chains survive, but we will find OD getting another kill in the middle lane as the Magnus is going to go down. ABC tries to rotate over the stand-in here for the team, trying to get Mushi. The Bounty Rune in the bottom will spawn. Net's going to go ahead and secure that. Doesn't have enough mana for his namesake ability. It's not called Net, it's called Ensnare, but whatever, close enough. He would like to chase away the Omni, but will now have to start running the other way, and they are clearly aware that Degen Aura is not skilled up yet, so he's still holding that point, waiting for either maybe one more in Repel or another into the Aura.
Yeah, if you order my opinion, it's definitely degen. It's
degen.
Instead of regen, you're degenning.
That makes sense.
It's degenerate, stuff like that.
Sense gets put by the wayside.
Nah, not with the English language. What are you talking about, man?
When you want to say degen, then you just say it.
But anyways, one thing I'll note is that with that only 1 point in Wex, as he was prioritizing Quad so hard, the 3-1-0 build here, that EMP, it did connect. It was he was very spot on in the middle of it, but it only does 100 mana burn. Like, that's nothing. He can still Macro Pyre. Like, how often do you see a level 6 Jakiro using Macro Pyre in the first place because of mana juice? But the fact that he could do that on top of getting EMP'd, like, yeah, get some Wex, bro. But,
yeah, I have to say, it was only 1 point in Wex, so it was rather ineffective in terms of mana drain.
Yeah, man, these Magnus bottle sips are bringing him to nearly full mana very quickly.
The efficiency.
But only shockwave, the only shockwave he throws is not going to connect on anything. And there's the deny.
There's the
Mushi controlling the lane perfectly, and Yeah.
Is that the
2D
minimum?
has
Because
some
I feel like
card life.
13 is all I ever see.
Yeah,
as
you
the
go down to
lowest.
1 intelligence, which is exactly 13 mana. So he's a 13 mana boy, and he'll remain that way for some time.
Very lucky. Gotta get that bottle sip. Those wand charges right now, just throw them out. Easy. Yeah, so Mushi dominating that lane as expected. OD, what was he when he was very present in the meta? He was just a dominant mid laner or even safe lane laner. Then he kind of got surpassed by Viper and Razor in recent time. But you know, the occasional game you still see OD take it back. Oh, the heal will miss just barely up top on KYXY. He's a little mobile now. He's got the Timber Chain. He's also level 6 with the Chakram, so there's a lot of damage there for him. He uses it to retreat mid-time as ABC and Music almost get the kill middle. We'll have to go there. It's going to be Net that rotates over, threw out the ensnare, but it looks like skewered out of it, and Mushi does have a Sanity's Eclipse coming off a cooldown in 8 seconds here. Yeah. Looking for another kill as soon as it comes off.
Just barely enough mana. He uses Magic Stick there, and he had 100 some odd mana. He only did 80 for the Spirit. He does survive, very important there that he gets out of those situations. Otherwise, this OD is just going to be out of control. Pops an Invisor and
bottom lane, Jakiro's in trouble. The Tornado to start things off. The Spirits to the face. Ohio trying to survive will lay the Ice Path, retreat through it, but it's not going to be enough. Godot on the EO is going to get the kill. Ohio to fall. And what a day on his birthday. I guess it's not his birthday anymore. It's now tomorrow over in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, switching it up east side of the hemisphere to the west side. It's hard to
east side, west side. Represent.
Keep track of all that stuff. We do see some good warding coming up now. Now he has found his level 5. Still deciding if he wants more repel, some stats, some aura. I think honestly the aura is extremely underrated. It's very, very powerful in its own right. I don't necessarily.
I'd always put 1 point in it, I think.
Yeah. Oh, we're actually going to see Stone Gaze popped out on the top lane, and KOXY is going to be petrified on the tower here. Really just wanted to go for the big play. If he could have kept looking the other direction when he Timber Chain passed, he probably could have gone for the Chakram kill, but it is a 6-second duration, and he does, in the end, look into the eyes of the Dusa, so he does get burned. But she goes back to base. She's only collected 43 CS in this 10-minute mark, and she is going to be going for a drum build up here. Musica going for Aquila, drums, and tread. Some good stats to play around with, but no major momentum. Yeah, giving her the ability to farm rapidly, so it's going to be slow going for her. Chains, on the other hand, is going to be building up towards a lot more points of Wex than we saw last. He has 4 now, and the Tornado EMP should be doing some real work.
Gotta go fast. Alright, so we talked about putting a lot of pressure on the CSW lineup. When do you think that comes here from Team Malaysia? Sure, they've been doing well in the lanes, maybe even a little bit better with Mushi dominating mid. Ohio, though, maybe going to take another fall. Disruptor comes in to try to save the day. The Spirits will bring him down. Godot with the kill. Net trying to get the rebuttal and will not find it. The heal bomb comes out. And Chains now is going to bring down the Disruptor, so it's actually CSW having a really good time here. They can't get that last auto attack off, but I don't think Extinct gets out of this whatsoever. He will fall. It's a double kill for the Wisp, actually, and Chains is picking up the hand of Midas. Now middle lane, we've got 2D in some trouble. Mushi's got that value point up in the Arcane Orb, 3 in Essence Aura, all 40% proc, so it knows he can use it. Another case where we saw Mushi get the first blood, drops the ult, and when the hammer gets dropped, the Magnus will fall. Going to be down for a little over 20 seconds. Now it tries to go on to Chains. Chains completely out of mana, but he does have Wex, so he is going fairly fast. Force Staff already finished on Mushi. We've got Jakiro now getting involved. Clears that creep wave, and Mushi with a double kill in the middle lane. He's dominating right now at 11.5 minutes, and they will find the tower here. Liquid Fire maxed out. Ohio comes over. The tower falls. And do they just group now and take out all the tier 1s?
I mean, they've got max liquid fire. There's not much stopping them. Maybe they want a little bit more farm to get Jakiro's Yule Scepter. He is only a void stone away from that, so that would be pretty big. We're actually going to see an Ultimate Orb build up. We're going to see Hex come up before the Aghanims on OD, just knowing that Medusa doesn't have the most gigantic mana pool early. And her farm's good, but it's not out of control. So I'm going to get some control with that Hex first, and then build up into something like the Ags if necessary. I mean, obviously, it comes down to the numbers, whether or not Sanity Eclipse will burn the mana naturally. You don't have to have the Axe to make this happen, but it certainly helps the guaranteed factor, so we'll see. Anyways, bottom lane goes down, mid lane goes down. Do they go for tier 2s is the question. Like, I think they can always go for a tier 1.
I mean, why not?
They can go
at least take the safe lane tier 2 out, if you can.
Yeah, they took down all the tier. They can take down tier 1s any day of the week, and I think that's what they're going to move towards. The question is whether or not they can test tier 2s, and it does get a little difficult. I mean, the Invoker can hold the line very well. Just at least, like, you get all this time and effort put into collaborating 3 or 4 heroes, and then you just get EMP'd, and you're like, okay, well, now what do we do? So maybe farm up a couple Arcane Boots first. At least for now, they're just going to go up top and bait a little bit with Timbersaw, look for the opening on the Omni Knight.
Yeah, and why not? Just take the tier 1, you get a little extra tower gold. Of course, it's not what it once was, but maybe Mushi gets the last hit, and that will help towards the Mystic Staff and the finishing of the Sheepstick. Getting Sheepstick at like the 20-minute mark or before it is going to be insane. Because that's a slot that's done. You'll never have to sell that item and get another one. Sheepstick is so good into the late game. It'll give him good right-click damage, more damage off the Arcane Orb, and of course, well, it's like device. You got the sheep. There's going to be disruption that comes up on top of the Omni Knight. Is that the target they want to focus? They'll switch over to Musica right now. There's going to be, is it a wand up? Mushi's going to have to turn his face. He's going to get caught in that tornado. And he's supposed to go on chains now. But here comes the RP from Tootie. The sleep goes out from Net, though, and says, hold on. We're actually going to win this fight. Sorry, Chains. You had a good effort there, but we're going to get you in the ice path. Can we bring you down, though? Oh, disruption is going to stop it there from Mushi, the Astral Imprisonment, but they're going to back it off.
He's got 2 seconds on Sandy's.
Eclipse is up. Timbersaw is actually going to go down as he tries to retreat out there. Go dark in the tree line. The rest of Team Malaysia, is that another haste? Yeah, another haste for Mushi. I'd like to turn that into a double kill, but for now they will retreat. The kill score is even up.
Solo kill on Godot coming your way, minutes. Down bottom. Haste rune coming to him. There's nothing to tether to. He'll look for the tree line, but he gets imprisoned. And yeah, that's going to be a very quick kill for Mushi if he has anything to say about it. 1 hit. Looking for the 2nd hit, and the tether across!
Oh, there's the tether! The creeps showed up!
Are you kidding me? 4-step, Mushi! 4-step! What are you doing? No!
Could've just dropped
that was
the ult
such
too.
An easy kill, but Godot finds the creep wave just in the nick of time, and Mushi doesn't pursue through the tree line as he needs to with the force. So there you go. I feel like they weren't, without the Sunny's Eclipse, they weren't really ready to take that fight in full. The Omni Knight still has the ultimate if he has a mana to support it. And yeah, Team Malaysia, they're a little awkward right now. They don't have a mechanism. They they only have 2 Arcane Boots, which sounds like plenty, but up against Wex Invoker, it's really not. And yeah, it's just that they kind of need to continue to exert more pressure in a coordinated fashion.
If they're all grouped together. For now, Mushi's taking the benefits of that basically by himself. Maybe Net gets some as well. Mirror imaging up, splitting out the bottom lane. Do you think Naga Siren maybe goes back for the mechanism? Or I guess Jakiro will probably go for it after the Yule Scepter, more than likely. If they even want one. I don't really see why they wouldn't. It would help with the tower pushing, which is what they want to do. They want to take the map control away. They want to slow down the Naga's farm. Musica, 72 last hits, 4 denies. Mushi, the only one ahead of that, 86-25. In terms of net worth, though, Mushi's about 2,600 ahead, so he is doing quite a bit better. He's also on a dominating spree.
Yep, so it's interesting. Mushi's playing a very similar style to what we saw with his anti-mage in the more recent game. It's all about Mushi. It's a Mushi-centric aspect where they're like, okay, we trust in him to get farmed enough. That's the bottom line. They're saying, okay, he just does this, this, and this. He gets maybe a Hex Refresher, Aghanims, Shivas, and then he just wins the game. That's seems to be their game plan, because right now they're not really forcing the issue in early game pressure, which I felt was a weak point for CSW, especially since they went for a Midas on their Invoker. It just seems really greedy to me. But in the end, they're gonna give enough space to CSW to get the Blink Dagger on Tootie, and they've gotten all their ultimates up. So at this point, CSW have weathered the storm of the early game. It's only 5-5. 4 of those kills are in Mushi's hands. He's absolutely incredible on net worth, but he hasn't been able to fully show that gold and kind of shove that advantage down their throats. For now, they can hold, they can farm, and it's going to be on Malaysia to find a timing window where they really make Mushi's big bang factor known.
Yeah, a couple more levels for Mushi is nice as well. Probably another reason he's kind of staying segregated from the team, just to get the solo XP. He wants to max out the Arcane Orb, so what, level 14 for that, 15 stats, 16, you've maxed out everything. You got rank 3 Sanity's Eclipse. And how far? He's only 800 gold away from picking up the entire sheep stick, so they might just wait for that, and then it'll be go time. Meanwhile, they'll use KYXY and Ohio up here in the top lane, getting that chip damage in with the liquid fire. The chip and then burn damage in with the liquid fire. It's quite good, but heroes are actually wrapping around. I like this. The smoke off, ABC on the Omni, Tootie on the Magnus. Blink is still not finished. He'll have to go in with Skewer or walk it in if he wants to land anything, but we'll see what he wants to open with. I'm thinking about it now.
It's got to be a good tornado to set this up, otherwise this doesn't happen.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah, like they don't have the ability to just walk it in this situation. The smoke may be revealed. Omni Knight here. It's daytime, so the Dire catapults just see him there. And yeah, in this position, he wants to go. That's clear. But they used the smoke, and they also TP'd 2D to the tier 2 to try to get the surprise factor going. I kind of feel like the surprise is not there. There's no party waiting for him around the door.
Surprise!
Yeah,
Ohio,
in this case, that's gold wasted for the Blink Daggers. We need to get that up. It's 400 away, but they're kind of baiting with this Evoker, and we'll see how much they fall for it. For now, the West tries to heal him up. Only 2 magic stick wand charges, though, and Evoker. Oh, the setup! The Jakiro coming in.
Nice static storm. They're going to get the Wisp and that, so we can't relocate anyone out to safety. Chains still get used up by the Jakiro, but here comes the RP onto 3. The glimpse back on Chains. Now the Guardian Angel. Tootie not going to get the benefit of it. Now Mushi tries to focus someone else. He'll go over to the Magnus. Who's got Nelson? No Blink, no Skewer. Ice Path to catch him. Mushi will bring him down. There it is. The double kill for Mushi. Now he turns to Musica. No mana. Mushi will get turned to stone, but there's a max duration Astral Imprisonment. Now it's going to run out. They're going to chase mana back. KYXY finds the double kill as well. Negative earn charge onto Musica. They'll try to chase him down. Already the Disruptor on his way back to the fight. He's running it out, but the Ice Path, the Chakram, wicked sick for Mushi. 7-0 and 2, 104 CS, 19 minutes, and now suddenly it's 10-5. They weathered the storm, but they still got struck by a lightning bolt near the tail end of it.
Yeah, that combo is just absolutely insane. You commit to a 3-minute Song with Siren cooldown to do something like that, but you can do so much work between Disruptor and Jakiro. Macro Fire actually came out late because Ohio got tether slowed while they were moving about to try to set it up, but in the end they don't even really need the Macro Fire to do the damage and get the important kills. Still clutch RP, but without any follow-up from this Medusa, it's just a little bit lackluster. He did go for a different item build than I expected. Instead of going into drums, he went Demon Edge, so could go for like a Daedalus or something for some sickle target focus, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have all that much durability because he's only floating 47 intelligence, and yeah, his HP is at 1100. So 600 mana, 1100 HP, that's still fish food for Team Malaysia right now. They can burn through that, no problem.
Gotta make that sushi.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's got
Twitch
the Hex
chat knows
too.
what I'm
He's
saying.
got Hex, Force
Yeah.
Staff. Like, what do you do in this situation? Obviously, the
Get
Magnus
sheeped
counter
and then
initiation is
die?
huge, but we'll see Chains try to make a play on net.
Yeah, moving the chains. Net is gonna fall, so that's a nice kill. They get something, keeping it within
DD room
4.
for Roche. Jeez.
Oh, could it get any easier right now? You got max out Arcane Orbs, level 14. We talked about to max out that spell, double damage, and this is dying fast. Obviously facilitated by liquid fire, making it even easier. Already it's about 6,000 gold advantage for Team Malaysia. And what are we looking at experience? It's a mirror image, basically exactly the same. About 6,000 there. So Roche gonna go down without contest.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like he might have an idea about it, kind of standing in no man's land. He doesn't have his own wards to put up. I don't know what he's doing, but what I do know is that OD just picked up an Aegis, and Ohio on the Jakiro, the core here, got that Yule Scepter, and now he also has a Blink Dagger.
Man, that DD just made it so damn easy. Auto hitting for 300 physical damage and approximately 150 pure every single auto attack. Like, it's so easy to burn through the Roche. No negative armor needed, nothing of that sort. They just 2-man it and clean it, no problem. Now we see in the mid lane they're looking for the big play. If they can go for like a Blink Skewer out, they'll really be able to get a single kill, but they don't find the opportunity. 2D not perfectly on the mark here on the Magnus. He was, I believe, playing it in the last game. They went into a best of 3, and the third game against Invasion, he was playing it late game. They tried to do it, but it just it didn't come up to enough. So we'll see if he has a better performance here. But right now, Malaysia are really amping up the pressure on the back of the Sages.
Yeah, as they should, I think. I mean, you still are playing against a Naga that's doing reasonably, or not a Naga, sorry, Medusa that's doing reasonably well. They both slither. That's close enough. But here we go. Tethered up in the mid lane. They're trying to get a tower off of the map. They have taken the top tier 1 tower, so they got that. In that lane. But the TP's
oh my gosh, Ohio
is neck sleeping. And what are they going to do? Ohio with a beautiful... They get everybody in that. In the kinetic field statics from Ice Path. The Guardian Angel will go out, though. And actually, Godot stays alive for a long time. So does Musica. And that's just the sustain of this team. But that's a big cooldown just to live. They don't even get to use it very offensively. Net will die eventually. Well, you would think he would here. But it's a nice save by Mushi for the meantime. Net, the first to fall. The hammer going to be dropped by Mushi. He'll go now to chase Musica, looking for the core targets. But now we'll back off and look to go on someone else. But with the tether there, KOXY does find the Magnus on the back end of the fight. But Mushi not able to chase down the big target, which was the Medusa. They'll maybe just settle with the tower.
Oh no, they're fine with that. So pop in the Guardian Angel and the Stone Gaze and the RP. Like, there's nothing to stop them from taking the tier 2 easily and taking full control of the enemy jungle. I don't think they go high ground off of this, but the fact that the RP completely whiffed there was so brutal for CSW. They actually had a chance to make that fight worth their while, but when the Magnus was just about to blink for the RP, he steps one toe into the macro pyre. Puts his blink on cooldown, he RPs the ground, and although it looks like they won't take the tier 2, dropping it down just inside deny range, it's still a pretty nice little fight there from Malaysia. I think the Ice Path came out a bit early. Like, we saw as soon as the Ice Path faded, which was only a fraction of a second after the song ended, Omni was able to repel himself there before he got all the spells off. But all the same, a little bit better execution with the timing of the Ice Path, and I think that that's a really, really good fight from Malaysia.
Yeah, well, it's really just because Omni Knight was only in the Ice Path, whereas the other two were in the Ice Path. Well, one of them was in the Ice Path, and they got caught up in the Static Storm. But with Omni Knight not being the one silenced out, he's able to get off those big spells. It's on cooldown for another 40 seconds, so maybe Malaysia can do something within that time, but probably not. I don't know if they really want to have too much of a go without the Song of the Siren available. Here's the relocate. Lucian's going to force and try to run away, but there's the blink, the RP. They're going to try to skewer him back, but the silence comes into play, and now Lucian's going to turn this around. The heal's there, and that's going to pop the ace. The 4-man Ice Path comes out from Ohio. Now Medusa is there. Mushi going to respawn. He'll bring down the Magnus. Ohio going to fall 2 chains. Not much he can do there. 2 chains. I had to. And we'll have Medusa TP back home to safety.
Yep, Chain's gonna go up top, try to bring down Net here. Doesn't have a song, so the Cold Snap will hurt. Doing some good damage here, the Tornado as well. But in the end, it doesn't seem to be something that he wants to commit to with all these creeps involved. So, gonna back off here. And yeah, it's just kind of a 1-for-1. It was a really nice play from Magnus, but relocating in, they still don't get that much out of the RP. So, yeah, in the end, pretty passive. Like, there aren't that many kills coming out because there's so many defensive abilities there. But yeah, I think the priority needs to be locking down this Omni Knight. Like, if they get the Omni in the Static Storm, the full duration Ice Path, or the Hex from the OD. I'm not sure who he hexed in that engagement in the mid lane, but if you can get a good Hex off on him instantly, then you can just kill people before he has the chance to bail them out. So, really imperative, but I guess they have a lot of heroes that can cause grief. Like, the Tornado can still cause problems, the RP certainly can, and we have seen Wisp with the Relocate Blaze attempted, so it is understandable that they're trying to make sure everybody's disabled, and as such, have less disables to focus into one target.
Yeah, Mushi bringing out the Shiva's Guard next. I thought he might want to go for a BKB, just more of an item to fight with. But we'll just go for the Shiva's Guard, a little more AoE damage, teamfight control. Slowing down the attack speed of the Medusa is a great way to reduce the damage that she's going to be putting out in split shot, also to catch up to her. 2D in the middle lane, a little bit of trouble. Invoker, though, finishes up his Sheepstick at just 26 minutes. He's got the Midas Brown Boots Sheepstick, so you can see, obviously, he's pretty far behind, about 5,000 net worth behind the big OD. A little bit behind his own Medusa. She's sitting at 10.1k, and they're trying to push out the bottom tier 1 tower, get whatever they can. It'll be the second tower if they can claim it. She will throw out the sheep onto Musica, but they will be relocating back. Maybe he wanted to put them
That was a mistake. Now they can't do anything top lane. KOXY actually might even go down. He gets EMP'd. They do bail him out with the Song of the Siren, so he is going to be able to get out, but that Mushi TP, there was nothing for them down bottom. Now getting skewered back in, no, the blink out.
Oh god, that was a really close to not canceling RP from Duty. It's like, and he's got the creeps. Nice. Alright, Nat's gonna hightail it out of there. They might be able to catch him. The Tornado, I believe, is on cooldown.
Oh, that's not a Daedalus. That is the...
Divine Rapier? They're going for it already? They feel that pressure?
Hey, have you seen this build before? I've seen it with Mask of Madness, I've seen it with a lot of stuff, but essentially because he's considered immortal, when he has the Omni Knight, ulti, and Repel, you can just rush out this Rapier and you'll absolutely destroy everybody but the core heroes immediately. Like, you'll 3-shot these supports in the side. I guess maybe not that much with only the Rapier, but close to it.
Mushi. And that was just Invoker and friends as well. Obviously the creeps have died. They've probably clicked on Musica. They are probably aware. So what happens if Musica dies? Do they just type GG?
They try to get the Rapier back. It becomes Rapier Ball, really. But essentially they're just setting them up to try to do as much as possible. The Wex factor of this Alacrity is huge, actually. Getting this attack speed boost gives him a bonus 80 attack speed. He's already got the attack damage. He just needs speed. And he gets speed from the Alacrity as well as the Overcharge. That's 150 bonus between the two spells. They keep him repelled, they guard him as necessary, and they turn him into this ultimate wrecking crew they just hide behind. It's a pub build that I haven't actually seen competitively, but I've heard about it, and it's fun to see it here. I think a couple of NA Dota teams have done it just because they can, but the aspect of having it here in this clutch game between two incredibly potent SCA teams just shows really what they're aiming towards. I really thought...
Shows that it's really late in Australia.
That's true too, but no, I actually think this is legit. Like, this is not an all-in, this is not desperation, this is not shenanigans and not taking the game seriously. This is a legitimate strategy employed and well set up by this draft.
Yeah, I agree. It's still pretty high risk, high reward though.
Oh yeah. No, well, I mean, what Divine Rapier play isn't, but at the same time, the reward can be so great here. Like, he will 3-shot any neutral camps he wants. He can farm every set of ancients he wants. He just needs somebody babysitting him constantly. He always needs an Omni Knight nearby. That's the only thing. The Wisp will pick up the mechanism, but goes Tranquil Boots, so won't be able to infuse her with mana so much, and actually might have some mana issues of his own. But the important thing here is, yeah, Musica's farming fast. He's farming furiously, and Team Malaysia, they have to, like...
They're going to set up a real...
Yeah, you're going straight for OD Hex. Or, sorry, for the OD Refresher. They want double Hex against this Medusa to disable her and try to take that Rapier from her cold dead hands.
All of Team Malaysia, they are baiting Mushi right now. They're going to do the Ice Watch. Relocate's coming in, but everyone is here, and it's right onto the static storm.
Oh my gosh!
He actually brings in... doesn't bring in anybody, which is really, really good, because they realized that when they saw those heroes, it was going to go poorly. They broke the tether, and it's Team Malaysia looking for some more. But it's a good thing they don't bring in Musica, because that very well could have been the game. He's got his ultimate orb now, and right now, even with the supporting cast, I feel like the Medusa is killable. Like, not too much work, besides, I guess, GA is still available. But once she gets the Scotty, if she can get that on top of this Rapier with all the support she's going to get, then it's really, really scary for Team Malaysia. But good play there. They bait Mushi. CSW, they fall for it, and they will lose a tier 2 tower and some heroes for it.
Okay, this is the big pickup here. Naga's Siren finishes the defusal at a really good time. I thought it might be like a 36-minute defusal because support Nagas don't always get the most farm, but Nets not only got another assist, but 65 CS, and with the help of a little bit of unreliable gold over time, he picks up the defusal now, and that is what they need. It will dispel Empower, but more importantly, it'll dispel Guardian Angel and Repel, the two things that are keeping Medusa alive. She does not have that many stats, 1300 HP, 800 mana, and the fact that she is holding this precious, precious artifact here, the Rapier, it means that she's public enemy number 1. Team Malaysia respect it, but now they're going to just look to absolutely obliterate it. They have the defusal, they have the tool they need to bring her down, but I think they'll hold back until Mushi has double Hex, double Shivas, double Force Staff to make the play happen.
I can't tell if that ping on Roche was from Disruptor or if it was from Omni Knight, but both teams thinking about Roche right now, and it is, I just checked, it is currently up. So they're going to do the same thing. Mushi just sort of baited them into a poor engagement in the top lane. They're going to put Musica here in the bottom lane with the Repel. Like, hey, I'm all alone, but I have Repel. That doesn't quite compute. Omni Knight must be somewhere close. They're going to put another one on now. I don't know how this is supposed to work. But no one's falling for it. Team Malaysia completely on the other side of the map.
Yeah, just letting Mushi farm. Refresher Orb is all he needs to control the Medusa. You get the big thing about the Repel is that it does not dispel currently active disables. So you can go ahead, you can try to repel off Hex all you want, but it's going to stay. It does not purge, it just makes you immune to further disables. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing that Musica's going to TP back, doesn't feel fully safe here, wants to keep farming. And he's going to need to build up some good, solid core. He's got the stats of the Ultimate Orb now, looking for his next item, and it's going out to the Secret Shop. So does that mean it's a Lincoln's? I don't know.
Yeah, potentially. A little bit more safety, doesn't want to get put under. And
I mean,
then,
it could be
then
Scotty
caught in
components.
place.
I don't see why.
Yeah, it could be the point booster, but I would think you'd normally just get the next Ultimate Orb.
Scotty.
But no, he'll go Perseverance, so Lincoln's going to be coming out.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I don't know why.
Why not?
Crossfires there, but
I'm sure he'll get it as well. It's just in due time. There's the refresher though, so the big watermelon comes out for Mushi.
Yeah, this is the time. This is where they want to group up, blaze it up, pop the smoke, and try to find the opening.
Blaze. There it is. Sorry. Regen in bottom, Rocha's back. Again, Liquid Fire, Arcane Orb. They can do it quickly. They do have to be a little wary of the threat of the relocate, but not so much so, because Extinct is there with the Static Storm. He's shown he's got the presence of mind to layer it up just in time. Also, the Sleep is online right now with a 2-minute cooldown at rank 2. Looking for level 16, obviously, but at 11 with the Diffusal Blade, the Naga's far from it. Middle lane, they're grouped up. The Repel's there. Naga. I keep saying Naga. Medusa running down the river. Now she finds Naga with just the illusions. Needs to be careful. But they're not going to get there in time. Roshan is dying very, very quickly. They're going to pick up the Aegis now. They were trying to bait them into the pit as far as they would go. And they're going to look to focus Musica, but it's going to be difficult because the Stone Gaze is going to go out. The Sleep right now kind of wasted. Tornado is going to be shot through before falling to sleep. They're going to blow up the Magnus, though, immediately. Wisp as well to take the fall. Musica can't TP out. He's going to get ensnared through the Repel. And he's doing a lot of damage over to Mushi. KY, XY now going to start to give chase. They're looking for the Ice Path. Oh my gosh, the Rapier damage is a lot, though. The gem is on the deck. They're going for chains. They're going to bring Musica back. Mushi does have an Aegis to work with. He's going to look on chains now, but he gets hexed up. Can they bring him down? Deafening Blast is going to miss. That's not a good way to start it off, chains. Can they bring down Musica? That's what matters. They will. They get him. Rapier on the ground. Mushi, drop the boots.
Oh, Harry's got it. Boots. It's the Jakiro Rapier.
Jakiro Rapier. Oh my gosh. Now talk about towers. Liquid Fire with Rapier damage behind it.
I think you put the shit in base. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't even risk giving it back.
It's so dangerous, even on a hero that can survive with Yules and Force. I don't know. It's fun to have, though, obviously. We'll see what he does with it.
It is. It's power. It's like the ring.
Oh, yeah, it is. It really is.
It's in Mordor, Ohio. Put it in the fountain.
Maybe if he gets the Aegis, if he gets the Aegis, I think he'll keep it. But right now, Mushi's got that for a long time. They only just now took Roche, so maybe another Roche cycle. But yeah, without
no, Ohio's gonna keep it.
A more important thing to look at right now is what the hell is Medusa gonna do now that all her net worth is gone? She is down to 9,000 net worth.
Okay, wait, XY's in trouble. But it's 2D that's getting involved right now. The heal comes in Omni Knight with it, and it's Medusa just crying in base, respawning 3, 2, and 1. Now, what, 6,200 gold poorer?
Yeah, this is like in this situation. What you just—it's not like you drop your Tranquil Boots on the ground and they attacked it, and you're like, oh crap, they took away this much gold. I feel like my early game is crippled. This is 35 minutes in. You just lost a very, very significant portion of your net worth, like over a third for sure. And it's like the only way to get yourself back in this game is to get the Rapier back from this Jakiro. But Ohai, he's not going to give it up. I mean, he's got Blink to initiate. Essentially what this means is there's no way the Magnus will find the opening to Blink, Force, RP Skewer. Like, that's what he would have to commit to try to get the Jakiro anywhere near the side of CSW. Now we're actually going to see, oh boy.
Someone's dying.
Yeah. Looks like
yes, it will. Timbersaw gets it. Chain's still trying to run it. He's got the wax. He is very fast, but he stops to TP. Nothing Timbersaw can do to cancel it. I don't even know if he saw it at nighttime there. Only the net to get through that repel, but Net himself couldn't catch up.
Mid lane Godot gonna get hexed up. 3 shots by Mushi. Who needs a Rapier when you've got this much intelligence? He's rocking 185 int. That is an amazing amount of pure damage to put out from the Arcane Orb. Yeah. That is not something you want to be going up against under any circumstances. But yeah, the Hex play, his Refresher Orb about to be back off cooldown. They can go in for the base right now, and it's not even risky. Like, they have just outsmarted CSW in every capacity. That Diffusal Blade pickup creating the opportunity, and Mushi carrying the game. Let's see, CSW, they could get the Rapier back off of this, but it's such a hard defense.
Force staffing forward, the Guardian Angel is going to go out, the hammer gets dropped, Omni Knight is going to die. He's going to try to kill Mushi, and well, they will succeed in killing Mushi, but he's just going to respawn. Jakiro could be working on that tower maybe a little more vigorously. He could just right-click it, he doesn't have a Rapier. He's actually going to go forward with the Ice Path, Macro Fire, everything, Static Storm, Kinetic Field, triple kill for Mushi. He gets it done. And now this tower, that's actually the triple buyback for CSW, which will prompt Team Malaysia to run away. They got a lot out of that. They don't want to give up anything, especially risk giving up the Rapier, which would put CSW potentially back in this game.
Man, Ohio's saying, come and get it, man. This is not yours to take. Mushi on the front line here. It was a nice skewer play, but that Blink Ice Path macro fire from Ohio, like, he's giving a universe a run for his money here. Like, just off of this game alone, I want to say he's now in my top 2 for core Jakiro players. That's just absolutely insane what he's been able to do. I mean, obviously a ton of this has been set up by Net's amazing Song of the Sirens, but that right there was just pure intuition. Knowing the positioning, finding the lines and the angles, and making it happen using these positioning tools like Blink and Force. Really, really
not
smooth.
just with one spell, like, they've been lining it up, they've been covering the whole area with Ice Path, and they get the other people in the Kinetic Field Static Storm if they need to. It's been really, really quick acting and good teamwork as they set up those sleeps. But obviously it's not setting up the sleeps. He's the one that has to press R. Or if he's, I guess, if he's a real man, he uses Legacy. So whatever the bind is in Legacy, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, he's still playing back, but just the fact that obviously you can't drop the Divine Rapier, he just has to play it safe. But I didn't expect he'd be this offensive with it still. Like, I expect him to be holding it back, because this is essentially the keys to the kingdom for Medusa. But he's still, like, he's right outside their base. Like, that's what I'm looking at. Like, Skewer could happen at any moment, but the Yule's response, and Magnus is going to die.
Well, Tuni's going to die. They use a lot to just kill him, but it is a dieback. Chain's going to use that new BKB to go forward, looking for somebody. Musica gets off the, no, just kidding. He's sleeping. There's the sleep to counter this, sort of. And now they're going to look to go back in. Godot is in trouble. He's going to be brought down. Now they look to Musica, but they might just retreat. No, Mushi puts him under, turns back around with the Arctic Blast. They're going to chakra him up over there. There's the Ice Path as well to hold him. Now he's out of mana. He is pretty susceptible. They're going to bring down Musica very, very quickly. Mushi there now on a monster kill. 16, 1, and 8. Omni Knight with the buyback and with the GG. It was a game. I mean, CSW, they looked kind of out of it as they approached the mid-game, and then what we thought was going to be Daedalus. It turns into a Rapier. Suddenly, CSW dictate the pace of the game, but Mushi and crew are able to get that Rapier and secure the victory.
The end result of that is, because of the Rapier throw on the buyback, that the Medusa had almost 1/3 of Mushi's net worth. Like, the GPM, it doesn't look bad, 671, 468, just a winning team versus a losing team. When you saw the net worth there, it was like 26,000 versus 9,000.